Hello. Gonna wait a few minutes. Want to talk a little bit. How's it going? I feel like total shit. It's feeling worse by the day. Oh, it's been like 11 or 12 days since I made my cut. Nope, no longer than that. It's been 18 days. Probably over. I don't know. I know it's been way more than 2 weeks. It's 19 days, 40 minutes. And it's funny that, I went through the acute part of my cut and then I just slowly been falling into a wave. Look at all you guys feeling like shit. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Galen. It's just been building daily. And I'm still going out for work, even though it's just been hard. And I know it's making my wave worse, but I gotta do it. I've been trying to take it easy, too. Today, I've just been laying around. I've already taken 2 baths today and meditated and laid down, and it doesn't fucking help at all. I wish there was a non-drug way to get the nervous system to just calm down. I've got a lot of weird neurological shit going. Well, I'm glad you're tapering, though. You'll make it through. But I've been having some back to that weird neurological shit that I dealt with a long time ago. When I get really bogged down, it happens. It's very unnerving, though. I never like when it happens because it always worries me, but I try not to worry about it and I just kind of go on with my day. My body is buzzing and been having horrible muscle pain and cramps and stuff like that. I don't know if that's from my cut or if it's just from me not moving very much. I just don't know. Don't care, I guess. Yeah, my DPDR is getting worse again, and fog and shit like that. I'm right on the edge basically, and I'm hoping that I kind of get away from the edge a little bit after I sleep tonight. Assuming I sleep tonight. If I don't sleep tonight, I probably will. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna say anything because I'll sleep. I'm always overdoing it. Don't get me wrong. But the more I stay home, it's the worse shit gets too. But I've been on my feet a lot. Yesterday, I went out for work and I went to the dog park. And doing those two things together is a no for me, especially when I'm not feeling well. I was supposed to go to a what's it called? Like a farm stand type thingy today, but it was cold and well, it wasn't that cold, but it was slightly raining, and I just didn't want to go out. Of course they do, dude. The second I know she's stressed out at me, and she said she needs to talk, it'll throw me into a wave. My heart races, and then that's it. Hence why I want to stay together until I at least get off my medication. But that could be a long time from now, so I don't know if we'll make it. I don't know if we'll make it till then. It's funny when I feel better, I feel I can do everything on my own, and I'm like I can make it alone. But once that disassociation and DPDR and all that shit pop in, and my wave gets worse, I can't imagine, because I know the second stress comes in, it's so hard to function. And then the anxiety pops in and everything gets out of control. And then the anxiety and stress of knowing I have to taper for a real long time. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just that beginning instant. Like, right, I have no idea where we're at in our relationship. I'm so sick of the one bringing it up. And we've been talking, but not like we were a little bit ago. So I don't know. Try not to let it bug me. I mean, she knows I was just tapering, and I just don't need it. Just talking about it stresses me out. I wish I could deal with stress at all. Yeah, I get it. It's hard. I had a lot of plans to do things, and everything has gotten pushed to the side. It just sucks because I'll start some pretty major projects when I'm feeling better, and then I tapered, and I don't know. I don't deal with it because I don't fear that it's permanent, and at this point, I don't care if it's permanent. And I don't mean that. I know I'll get better to a point, but I don't think I'll ever get fully better. And I've accepted that a while ago. I just don't care. You'll always get better to a point where you'll function and be better. But for me, I had a lot of physical and mental issues before all this. So I don't expect to ever get fully better. I think those problems will always persist to be a little worse than they were before. But I also think during this time, these last 5 years, I've learned a lot of ways to cope. A lot of, I've learned to meditate. I've learned to accept things better. I'm still not great at it, don't get me wrong. But it's never permanent. It's never permanent. I mean, I've been in this for years, and I've never seen anybody where it's permanently hell. You might have some long lasting issues that feel like they're permanent, but we're also really more self aware now. Like, if I wasn't thinking about this shit all the time, half these issues might not even show up, like, to the point where I give a fuck about them. I just don't know. I'm just thinking. I just know year by year I get a little better, even with tapering. Even though I fucked up my taper, that was, a problem, and I still dealing with that. And I always think once in a while, oh, I hope it's not permanent. But I mean, I got better to a point where I tapered a little bit again, which is taking a long fucking time to even kick back to any normalcy. But I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad to inspire anyone. Shit takes a long time for some of us. And we can't let the people around us, which I did, but I know better now. We can't let the people around us speed up what we're doing. You know that term, which I don't even know fully, but the slow wins the race kind of thing. It's very true. I mean, I'd be way better off on my taper if I just went slow and didn't get worried that my girlfriend was going to leave me if I didn't get off the medicine and all that shit. Then I tapered too fast, and now I'm back to where I fucking was anyway. So stupid. Made things way worse. My anxiety issues are way worse. You know, my physical symptoms are easily 60% worse than they even were before. So take it day by day. Hopefully you get to a point where you can just take it week by week. At one point, I was taking it week by week, which was awesome. I wasn't thinking about it all the time. Usually, like how I felt is usually how I felt for about a week. Now it's day by day. It's not minute by minute though, which sometimes it can change minute by minute. But usually my day is how I feel, and usually the next day I'll either feel a little better or I'll feel a little worse. I never really know. But you know, it's 100% true. I hate the physical symptoms, but if my mental symptoms were normal, I could do so much more. I could do so much better. It's the mental symptoms that take me down. So I get it. It's near impossible to function and live like this, but you just have to. I always said I could deal with these physical symptoms for the rest of my life if you could just take away the mental. And my physical symptoms are pretty bad. But there's nothing like living out of your body. That's no way to live. But it gets better. I've I can't even tell you how bad my mental symptoms were. Even though they're still bad now, in comparison, not as bad. Well, I can't say that much for today because today it goes back pretty far, but I have my days. I push myself trying to, still live a normal life. I mean, normal for me. Whatever. But I've said it for years and years and years. If you don't have the mental symptoms going, thank your fucking lucky stars because you have no idea how bad it can be. It's nuts. So I'm there with you. I know how bad it can be. And to try to maneuver through life with the bad mental symptoms. Getting people to understand that after so long, they think you're just fine because you're pretending so much. And they have no idea how bad it is in your head. Or when you do a little bit better and they notice that, then people start taking advantage of you, your physical and mental. I don't even know how to say it. It's people take advantage of how they think you feel. And when you tell them you're not doing well, they say, yeah, but you were just doing this. So what the hell? My girlfriend asked me to go to a concert in November. There's some days I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, why not? I mean, it'll fuck me up, but why not? And then days like today come around, and the last few days, to be honest. You went from 0.75 So 0.25. Don't take Seroquel. My issue is, and my journey has been this long because I was put on an antipsychotic or an antidepressant, for sleep. And it's taken me now 4 years and a lot of issues and mental problems because they put me on that for sleep. There's no reason to be put on a new drug that you're going to get totally dependent on and have a whole new withdrawal from. As much as you want sleep, you're just going to turn into a fucking zombie because of that stuff. Now, it might be different for you, but I haven't found anybody yet to say, oh, yeah, after benzo withdrawal or after tapering benzos and I didn't sleep, I went on Seroquel. That was a lifesaver. I've never heard that. My only bet, and I don't promote using anything because you'll get through it in time. Your sleep will come back one day. But if I had no choice, the most I would do is hydroxyzine. That's it. Antipsychotic withdrawal. I'm talking any kind of withdrawal after being on benzos is about 100 times worse. My mirtazapine withdrawal is hell because of benzos. If I never had benzo issues, I would have been off mirtazapine years ago. It would have probably been fairly easy to get off of. But your nervous system's fucked right now, and don't do it. Don't do it. That's it. Don't take Seroquel. Don't take mirtazapine. Don't take something you can get totally dependent on to go to sleep. Because having no sleep versus sleep that's so fucking drugged, you're not going to feel any fucking better. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to make your own decision on that. But just know that I have thought so many times that only if I never went on mirtazapine for sleep. Well, at least the Clonidine is an easier one. Still sucks, though. I get it, Dylan. Still sucks. I wish I would have went on that versus mirtazapine. But then again, it still would have sucked. But I'm only going to be on here for a couple more minutes. But it might work. But it's gonna itch it. It's gonna itch at your nervous system. If your nervous system is really sensitive because of the benzos, all these drugs are gonna do is make you really sick. It might help one or two things, but you're gonna get a slew of other problems. Some people have luck with it, but I have, in my years and years, even as admin in the group, it was very rare. Some people got lucky. I think the people who didn't have huge problems with benzos and just had some problems with benzos and they take it, it sometimes works. But I never had luck with antidepressants before benzos. I always got sick from them. And they always made a lot of my problems worse. They always made my mental symptoms worse. And when I took mirtazapine, I was in crisis mode. and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just trusted the doctor. I had no idea it was an antidepressant. I would have, if he said it's an antidepressant, but it's made for sleep, I would have said no. He said it was for sleep. It's complete bullshit. Hence why my mental symptoms are so bad. I don't need an SSRI. I don't need an antidepressant. Yeah, I imagine. I've always had DPDR though. I mean, I've had it for like 30 years since I was a teen. Not 30 years, probably 20 years. And it slowly got worse. And I always said the one thing I can't afford to do is make it worse. And fucking benzos made it worse. But it's getting better now again. Not today. But yeah. All right, I'm heading off. Gotta go eat and stuff. If you're only taking it here and there, it's kind of like how I take. If I don't sleep for days on end, I'll take whatever I said earlier, hydroxyzine, which I'm not a huge fan of because it's mostly a Benadryl basically, and that shit fucks me up. You have to get better coping techniques, Galen. It probably will get worse at first, but you have to learn to deal with it. I don't know what else to say. Once you're off, then reevaluate. All right. I'm out of here. You guys take care. We had a good conversation. I would actually wish I could stay on longer to talk about this, but it just sleep is a hard thing in this. And luckily mine's coming back to a point, but every time I cut, it's hell again. And if I don't sleep for a long, long time, I'll take something, but I never suggest it. But you guys have a good night, and just take care of yourselves, and seriously take it one day at a time, and don't think every day that you have to try to find some pill to make it better, because it's not going to make it better. But definitely do your diligence in trying to get sleep and meditate and stuff like that. And if you are getting some sleep, be definitely appreciative of that. You know what, Dylan? Don't worry about getting off weed right now. At this point, if it's helping you, keep it. It's realistically, if it's not bothering you, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Hey, Michael, you got to do what's good for you. Hey, you have a good night too. You guys take care. Later on.